Yeah, I think we're live. We're live. Maybe we're live. Sorry for the delay. I was ending just setting things up and getting everything ready for it to start it. So, yeah, we're here. Hello, if you don't know me, I'm Sty. I run this podcast. And here today we have the first developer to accept being here. And I'm really happy with it. And today we have Garrett or G119 or SEO developer. You can introduce yourself now. Ah. Yes. Yeah, yeah, man. And I was really excited to talk with you about SEO because I'm something of a game developer myself, and and I worked at flat screen games for some time, like 2D games, indie little games, and I'm starting to study VR development. And so I was really excited to talk about it with you. So I've entered your Discord channel and I've. Som de quem? Som de quem? You guys aren't hearing me? Uh, yes. Why? Oh, they can hear Garrett. Okay, okay. So I think I fixed it. Garrett, introduce yourself again.
I am here. I am Robot Garrett. Hello. Can people hear
Okay.
me now?
Yeah, I think they can. I think they can. I'm just uh waiting. Yeah, yeah. They confirmed. They can hear you now. You can introduce yourself again.
Alright.
You
Hey
haven't
guys.
said much, but you can introduce yourself again.
Yeah, so I'm Garrett. Most people know me as the developer of Sail, the open world VR pirate game. Yeah, super stoked to be talking with the people from Brazil. I'd love to know like how VR is doing down in South America. Because like I don't know, like I've been trying to target people from like Europe and North America mostly, but like it's so cool to know that there's more people playing in Brazil and stuff too. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Normally, people don't target South America. That's not a usual target for selling VR games.
Yeah. No, but I bet like Brazil is, up and coming. Like there's people that are getting the Quest and whatnot, right? So I mean
Yeah,
there's gotta
yeah,
be people playing.
yeah. It is, and it is pretty great. People are starting to see the potential of VR in Brazil. It is expensive, but people
Mm.
just uh, don't let this stop them and get their VR headsets and their video games and stuff in Brazil, even it being expensive. And one thing I want to start the stream asking you is before it, I just gotta say it here because I don't know if the public knows, but we're going to do key giveaways in this live stream. 3 key giveaways. So in some moment, I don't know if I'm gonna do all at once or one at a time, but
Yeah,
we'll
one at a
see.
time, dude. One at a time.
Okay, one at a time. We'll see. So in some minutes, I'm doing the first, and then you have to wait until the second time. Okay. So yeah, Garrett, the question I wanted to ask you about was how did you started learning? Because I think the best thing to ask first is I've entered your Discord as I was saying, and I saw there was another developers worked that worked on a game. So
Yeah.
what exactly did you do in the game?
So I mean, I started this game back when I was in like I was still going to like university and whatnot, and I did everything on my own for about a year.
Okay.
And then I was able to put together a little bit of money so that I could hire on like a little more of a like official team to try to get us to like an early access release, which is what we just released. So
Okay.
yeah, so I've done it all, I guess. But
So okay, I can ask you the question I wanted. How did you learn to develop VR games?
so kind of a funny story. My I lived in Bolivia for 2 years actually, and
Okay.
then when I got back to the States after living in Bolivia, I was like, okay, I need to figure out my life. Like I need to do something with my life, and so I started to learn how to do computer programming, right? And then while I was learning this through like my college program, this professor came who specialized in like virtual reality and augmented reality. And he at my university was running a research lab, which was we basically bought every single VR headset that existed at that time, and we would just like research how to like VR stuff, you know. And so because of that research lab, like I learned how to use Unity, which is what I use to build Sail, and yeah, like I've just been doing that ever since. So
Yeah, so your answer was you got extremely lucky into a program, and then I assume you worked really hard to just develop by yourself this game
yeah.
because you needed to. The models of the game are made for the game, right? I don't know with every
Mhm.
single one of them, but mostly, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we actually kind of cheated a little bit on a lot of the models. Is we like went out and found them on the internet somewhere, and then we just had an artist like basically paint over them to make them look better than they were. So,
Okay.
but I didn't do any of that. Like I only do the coding stuff.
You
I don't
only do
do
the code, okay?
yeah.
Because I found like the gun model is it's really
Mhm.
pretty, and the sword model as well. Most of the models like are I won't say ugly, but they are basic, because you need to run at the quest, the game.
Exactly. Yeah.
So they are basic models. Just you put everything that you can in them, but you can't put many triangles, many polygons, so that if you do that, the game isn't going to run. And if I'm not mistaken, you run this game at Quest 1 as well.
It does run on the Quest 1. It is a little different than the Quest 2 version, just because, like, on the Quest 2, when you first go out of the cave, there's this giant port, and that port is
Yes.
just brutal on the Quest 2 because we wanted to make it the most detailed and fun
Okay.
island to explore, but the Quest 2, it crashes it every single time.
The
So,
Quest 1.
yeah, the Quest 1, exactly. The Quest
Okay.
2, like, it handles it pretty well. But like if you keep the performance on, you'll notice like a pretty significant dip when you go out of the port. But
Okay,
yeah,
okay. The port you say is the part of the map that you go to buy things, you buy stuff, and oh, that was really beautiful. That was
hmm
really beautiful. I went
yeah,
there.
like
I've played on PC VR, but developing
ooh,
for Quest 2, I think you don't do many different things for PC, right?
no, we
Okay.
typically build for PC or sorry, we build for the Quest 2, and then we basically just turn on the PC stuff afterwards
Okay.
and push it up there. So
Okay. One thing I've noticed in the game, and I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I didn't saw any dynamic lighting in the game. That's right.
nope,
There is no dynamic lighting.
there's not. At least last time I checked, there wasn't.
Because I know in like quest games you can use like one dynamic light. It will still run,
hmm
right? The game, but I saw non-dynamic lighting, so I thought it interesting because the game was pretty, and you have obviously baked shadows in the game and things like that, and
hmm
it seems like lighting is there, but is only unlit version and not anything dynamic, right?
Yeah, no, nothing's dynamic because I mean the Quest 2 is a cell phone strapped to your face, you know, and so it's not as powerful. But like you're saying, like there's some games that can get away with one, but because we have such a big world and like so many things inside of it, it just wasn't gonna work. So we faked it as best we could, which I feel like we did a decent job of. I don't know.
Yeah. The game is as beautiful as it needs to be. I wouldn't say it's a Red Matter 2, but it is as
Okay,
beautiful as it
no
as it
one
needs
can
to
be
be.
that. That game is absolutely insane.
I don't know how they did that. I guess I know how they did that at some parts because they used a modified version of Unreal. I imagine it is the Unreal 5 with Lumen and stuff. So
Yeah.
I think they used it in the night and every single one of these cheating techniques for game development.
I mean that like it's really cool with Red Matter 2 because it shows that with enough money and enough talent, like you can make games look incredible. Like I did not have very much money for like my game to get it out there, and
Yeah.
like we got pretty far, you know. But it's cool seeing these like Red Matter, these studios who get enough money to just make these absolutely crazy things. So
Yeah. And man, what's your favorite part of game development? Like, what's the thing you like the most? You have more joy, more fun doing in your game?
uh, it's fun when it actually works. When you've like spent so long trying to get something to actually do what you want it to, and then it like finally works. Like a really good example of that is when I first built the ship controller to like be able to go and like sail around.
Yeah.
What that took me like 2 months to get right, and when I
What?
finally got it working, like I wanted to cry. Like it
Yeah,
was so
because
exciting.
because it was so smooth. You can steer the wheel like two
Mm,
times if I'm not mistaken, and then when you release it, it just start getting back, and the ship start getting less and less angular motion. You know,
yep.
it is so smooth. So I didn't thought it was this hard to do, but thinking about it now, it is really like polished. I
Yeah.
think it's one of the most polished things in your game. It's the ship movement.
Like that's the center of the game, right? Like your
Yeah,
ship is everything, and so we spent a lot of time trying to get that right, and I think
yeah,
we did.
yeah. You did. When I don't notice something is there, I think that's the
You're right there.
that's
That's
the
it.
moment that you know you did it.
Yeah, you're
So
totally right.
I forgot. Let me read the chat a little, just to see who is here. We got. I don't know if they are still here, but they were here when we started. Monkey Games was here. Jonathan Badger. That's a viewer of Indie VR Surgical that got into another podcast that I was on, and then after that podcast he followed them to here, and now he's here, and I think now is my viewer, so we traded him.
All right.
uh, and Cap is here. Cap is a friend of mine, and Jelly Gamer, you got lots of gamers here.
What up,
Uh,
gamers?
what up, gamer? Blobout is here. I don't know who Blobout is, but he is here. And William Lorick is here. William Starkiller.
Dark
He said,
Killer.
"Yo, my man, G119." And Truniad is here as well. That's another person that came from me, not from you. And Monkey Games asks, "Can we ask questions?" Okay, this already is a question, and yeah, I'm answering it. You can ask questions. It was a question, and it is answered. You can ask another question if you want, for me or for Garrett. Garrett, what is happening here, my man? What
I
what
don't
what
even
are you
know.
doing? What
Is it better?
you were spinning. You were like spinning. Your
I was
head
trying to
was
get my chair. It's better now. We're good. Don't worry.
okay.
We're fine.
Okay. So we're fine.
Don't move.
Don't
Stand right
move.
here. The rest of
Okay.
the podcast.
And you did something that I've never saw in VR game. Maybe I didn't play enough VR games, but you just put piles and piles of boxes for me to break and get satisfaction. Thinking,
Yes, yes, we did.
did you saw it in another VR game, or did you come up with this yourself in
Um,
VR game?
I mean, so uh, it's. I mean, the great thing about game development is you can kind of steal like
Yeah.
from wherever you want. So one of the guys that I worked with really loved the game Ratchet and Clank.
Yes.
And Ratchet and Clank, that's like a big part of it, where you like smash boxes, and there's that just really satisfying feeling of like stuff coming out of it. And we're like, that would just be so amazing in VR. And we needed a way to be able to like get coins and have like some way that you could go around
Uh
and
huh.
collect like inventory items. And we were like, let's put boxes on there. And so we put the boxes on there, and then
Yeah.
with the boxes obviously like came just like the smashing ability, and it's so fun. Like that was another
Yeah.
area where
It is
like it's one of the more common things. So we made it so you just smash, and then you got the little poof, and then coins come out, and it's so satisfying.
Yes. Like I first thing you do is going to the port, like see the whole things you got to buy and the cheap upgrade you got to get, and I thought, okay, how do I get gold? And I and I got behind it. I got like some contracts I was able to sign to get something like the chest that you get and stuff. And then immediately after, the first island that you go is the island that only has boxes, right? And I stopped there. I think no, that's not it. And when I saw it was a little red barrel in there, I thought, okay, if there is a red barrel, it means I can explode it. So with there's more boxes, maybe I can break them. And then I got to break them. Yeah, as you said, it is really satisfying. It is a little exhausting after 2 hours of
Yeah,
gameplay, smashing all of the boxes, but it is satisfying.
yeah, yeah. It's one of those features where it's kind of like we have this big open world, and like you got to fill it with something. So
Yes.
boxes are a pretty easy one. It'll be interesting when we get to like multiplayer if we can handle that kind of stuff on
Yes,
like the
that
server.
was what Monkey Games was asking. He said, "Question for Garrett: How will multiplayer work?"
So multiplayer is very much up in the air. So in order for me to even like make multiplayer happen, I need to first get 5,000 downloads of the game.
Yes.
That should be enough to keep me going for a whole nother year. So we're gonna hit that first. That's the first thing that needs to happen. But then after that, I'm just gonna build it from the ground up, and I'm gonna try to make it as close to like what single player is right now. But
Yeah.
depending, I mean, multiplayer servers can only handle so much, especially with VR, because VR is like super
Yeah.
intensive on
But
like the data that has to be transferred.
your plan to multiplayer is doing like if you do it, it is like a Sea of Thieves thing, or is like co-op exploration thing.
I want to do it like Sea of Thieves. Like that's
Okay.
my dream. Is I want Sail to be this sandbox adventure game that people can jump in, have a pirate experience, maybe run into other people, and just enjoy that every time they jump in. But we'll see. Like I'm planning on making multiplayer happen. Like we're already past 2,000 downloads, and like I have till the end of the year to be able to pass our 5,000 download mark. So like I'm pretty confident we're gonna hit that. And
Yeah.
I've got some big VR companies that are hitting me up, being like, "Hey, like we want to make this happen with you too." So like, we're gonna hit multiplayer, and what people want is Sea of Thieves VR, and I'm making this game for them, so it's gonna be Sea of Thieves VR.
Okay. uh, Jonathan Badger said, "Shoot the boxes with the cannon, my friend." Yeah, I didn't thought
that,
about that.
that is a
Uh,
lot better way to do it. That's even more satisfying because if you're on your
yeah,
ship and you shoot it, there's like big explosion, and then you just get showered in gold. It's so
yeah.
great.
And that one thing about game developing, that's a logical thought of the player, but depending on the way you programmed it, it wasn't automatic. So that's the question. You just after you did the damage thing to the boxes, the cannon automatically worked, or you needed to do a specific code for the cannon to explode the boxes?
It was pretty similar. Like we basically set up the box to be like, if it gets hit by something that
Okay.
has this, it'll break. You know.
Okay.
And so we just made sure that like the sword had that, the pistol had that, and then cannonballs had that.
So you needed to choose the cannon to have that. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
It's like anything that deals damage from the player can explode this. I don't yeah, not only from the player, right? Because I was running from some big pirate ships in one of the first island, like
Mhm.
with like 16 cannons or something like that, and they shoot it at me and they hit some boxes and they exploded. So the the cannonball projectile is the same between the player and the ship, right? So
Yep.
yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, we had to reuse like a lot of stuff. So like the cannonballs are using the pooling system, where it's just like we're actually just taking the cannonball, like moving it. If it hits something, we just turn it off and like put it away for a minute, and then when you shoot it
Okay.
again, it just like puts it back.
Okay.
Because again, like being the Oculus Quest, it's
You need
just
to optimize everything.
exactly
you
like
can
creating
you
and destroying and
can
creating and destroying.
when
It's just
yeah, creating things and game objects and stuff, and you can't just do that, right?
no, you can't. It's really really brutal on performance. So we got tricky with it, but it works.
So Monkey Games asked, and are you going to add crew back? The game had crew. Tipo, you had crew.
There was a crew. So right now there's voice commands, right?
Yes.
That help you control your ship. But originally, how we were gonna do it is we were gonna make it so that you could hire crew, and they would get on the ship with
Oh,
you, and you would be able to like use a laser pointer to say, "Hey, go put down the
that's
anchor," or
nice.
"Hey, turn up."
That's nice. That remembered me from I don't know if you played the game Warframe, and they have like
Mm-mm.
the railjack system. That's really like just pirating in the space,
Oh,
and you
gotcha.
have your crew, and you have to contract the crew mates, the the persons, and each of
Yeah,
them had some uh, major advantage, and you could like put them in different instances in different tasks. You know, I
yep.
really like this kind of system.
Yeah, that was the original plan. Right now there's just voice commands, but I would love to go back to that. But my thought is like the best kind of crew is gonna be multiplayer, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like bringing on your own friends to man the ship and whatnot. So my plan is to just let's just make multiplayer happen.
Okay. We are at 23 minutes of live stream. I think we can do the first giveaway right now.
Let's do
So
it.
let's do it. The person who won the giveaway, just get on me on Instagram, send me a DM, or on Discord and send me a DM. Everything is in the description. When you want it, you just need to get me a DM in there, and I will send you the key. So we need to set up a word for the giveaway. Uh, just do just right. I don't know what word, because have anyone said sail in the chat? No, no. So okay, the first word will be the most obvious one. Write sail one time in the chat to compete, and after some minutes, I'm going to do the randoming stuff and get the winner for the prize.
So
So
type sail
okay,
in chat and then you get entered, huh?
okay. I'm just let people uh get in there sometime. Darlo Zuluaga said sail. Okay, that's a nice way to see who is in the stream. Okay, I let it go for some time, some more time, to let everyone join.
I'll participate
Apollo,
as well.
yeah, Apollo doesn't have the game, so he's going to participate on the chat, but it will be completely random. Maybe he doesn't win the key today.
3 of them, so he still could win.
Okay, let me wait some more. I don't know who is here. I'm gonna say it in Portuguese for maybe some Brazilian people are here and don't understand it. They are just here for the key, maybe. So I'm gonna say it in Portuguese right now.
Bem, muito bem.
Put my camera there. My camera. Apollo, my camera. My camera. Thank you.
O Jonathan Badger tá cheatando, hein? Ele escreveu 2 vezes ali.
Stop it. Stop it. Ah, Então, falando em português agora, você que tá assistindo e não entende inglês, a gente tá fazendo um sorteio de uma aqui, do jogo, de uma chave. Escreve no chat sale. E aí eu vou sortear e a gente vê quem ganha. Aqui.
Uma vez. Nada de
Uma
roubar, não
vez.
escreve mais de uma vez
Uma
não, galera.
vez. Okay, one time only. Jonathan Badger just cheated out.
Yeah, don't write the word more than one time in the chat. That's cheating.
Yeah, that's going to make me more difficult for me to do this because I don't know how to do giveaways, so my system probably isn't optimized. So, okay, I'm gonna get everything that said it here. Star Killer, Jonathan Badger, okay. And I am gonna randomly generate a number. Pass the camera to Garrett because I'm gonna to float here. Garrett, entertain the guy, the viewers while I do this.
Entertain people. This is what I come up with.
Okay. You can continue doing it.
A ver. Eu não posso falar português.
This was understandable.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was maybe closer to Spanish, but
Well, that's the
Yeah,
thing. I
but-
speak
but-
Spanish, but I don't speak Portuguese.
But
Okay.
the thing is, we were able to understand, you know? So it works.
There you go.
okay, and the winner was, let me see, 1, 2, Dario Zuluaga was the winner for the first key. Just hit me on Instagram or Discord, and after the stream, I'm going to send you the key. So you've won the game. You can be a pirate now.
Congratulations.
Dario Zuluaga. He's never been here. I don't know. I don't know, but congratulations for the key.
Alright.
Woo! So, man, obviously the greatest inspiration for the game for me, at least I get it, is Sea of Thieves, right?
100%.
100%. But there is another inspiration for the game where you just get to Sea of Thieves and try to do everything from Sea of Thieves in your game.
Sea of Thieves is a big one for sure, because Sea of Thieves, I love how they kept everything so simple. You know,
Just 1 second. Pena,
Yeah.
DRN Games, we are doing 2 more giveaways in this live stream. You lost the first key, but
Tu
we are
não
doing...
precisava ter pausado
too
pra isso,
much.
não. Eu ia falar no chat, tá ligado?
Okay, you can proceed what you were saying.
yeah. So like Sea of Thieves was a big inspiration because of how simple it was. Like I love the simplicity of Sea of Thieves. That's why I feel like so many people can just jump in and play that game. They just love it. But I also played a lot of like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which is just another just phenomenal game. And like a lot of what I pulled out of like Assassin's Creed is like, you know, like the climbing, the jumping, and the different stuff like that. Like I really wanted to like make you feel like a baddie in this game as well, you know, because it's
Yes.
VR. Like you are a pirate. Like might as well live it up.
You need
You
to
know?
get one thing working sometime in the game. You
What's
have a great ship, and you need to do like the holding the rope and cutting thing to get to the other
yeah.
ship. You need to
I
do
used
this.
to have that. I used to actually have that to get up to the crow's nest. There used to be a rope that you would grab and it would just up to the crow's nest. It was so sick. But now you can just climb everything, so I think that's just as fun.
Yeah, but
But
I
yeah,
think you need to do this like a spare rope that you got in your ship just to get it and cut it and get to the other ship. I think in Black Flag you can do this. I don't remember, but I think you can do this.
yeah, you could like swing over to the other ships
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, that's something I definitely want to figure out is how to get it so that you can like get onto other ships and stuff. But
Yeah.
that's gonna be a nightmare. But I'll figure it out.
So Vapor Games, I don't know with I don't know who you are, but you said what's up, so what's up? And MetaQuester is here. So Vapor, isn't Vapor just Jonathan? I don't remember, or am I confusing it? Okay. And MetaQuester is here. So hi Meta. If you don't have the game, wait. I don't know how much time. I just need to get the retention high, and sometime I'm gonna do another giveaway for another key. Here. What Vapor said it is on 3 accounts. You can't do that. What are your 3 accounts?
He's cheating.
He's cheating. he put the word in the chat 2 times. He got 3 accounts. Like
He really wants the game.
What is the name of the game? The name of the game is on the live stream. It is Sail. Sail. Just put Sail on Steam or Sail on our Oculus, or look down in the description. We have the link for the Oculus in the Steam version. The key, just to explain it, the key is for the Oculus version of the game. So you need to have, or you got 2 options, or do you have a Oculus headset, or you can use the Revive stuff to play it on Oculus. But yeah, the key is for Oculus only.
Correct.
Yeah, MetaQuester said, I've heard great things about the game. And Vapor said, voting 1 time just increasing viewer count. So thank you. You're not cheating. You are beautiful. Yeah, love you.
Good job. Good job,
Good
Vapor.
job. Good job. Good job, Vapor. So there are many things from Black Flag. There are like maybe great for bringing to a VR game, like the combat. It is better than the Sea of Thieves one. The Sea of Thieves one is just hit and get back, hit and get back. But I think maybe in the future of development, you can do just a more in-depth combat with the NPCs like parrying your attack, you know.
And honestly, I see why Sea of Thieves did super simple combat because being a giant open world multiplayer game, it's hard to do very particular combat moves.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we could try it. Like, I'm totally open to try it, you know?
Yeah, the thing, you want to do everything, right?
Exactly.
You want to do everything, but money, time, and people.
Talent more than anything, yep.
Yeah, so it is hard.
Yeah. But
Monkey Games asked if you are going to do something with the wall around the map.
what do you mean with the wall around the map? Because,
Uh,
yeah, we have a wall around the map, and maybe someday there will be an entrance to another part of the map.
Maybe
but for now,
you can just put a shark or a kraken that kills you after you pass this border. It is a lot of time to develop this, but
yep.
but yeah, maybe you can do this. Maybe the ship just woo.
Yeah, originally we were gonna do a waterfall, but that was very tricky.
Yeah, I
figure
can
out.
see that.
So we were just like, yeah, a big giant ice wall will work for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monkey Games he was saying about like make the map bigger or a new place. Yeah, he was talking about
Yeah,
that.
bigger is for sure gonna happen. There'll be more places to explore,
Yeah,
but
and
not
more
anytime
dams,
soon.
right?
Yeah. Right now, the priority is to fix bugs, polish
Yeah,
like
I
what
can
already
see that.
exists, and then get to multiplayer as soon as possible.
And Jonathan, no, not Jonathan. MetaQuester asked, "How is render distance? How is rendering distance in the game? How are you rendering the distance? I think like how are you making the render of the game? Uh, the how the game are how the game is handling render distance for far away things. I think that was the question.
Yeah. So this is another area where we had to do a lot of tricks. So the line of sight distance that it renders is 800 meters, I think.
Okay.
And what we did is we made it so that there's a wall of fog that ends at actually 600 meters. So
Got it.
anything that's in that really long distance is obscured by that fog wall quite a bit. And we just had to do tons of like LOD groups, which is like
Yeah.
level of details. So, like those islands that are way out there, we actually made just a super simple like outline mesh that doesn't pop into like rendering until you're like, I want to say like 200 or 300 meters away. So we just have that going on constantly. Like what you see is like not actually fully rendered, and then as you get closer, we like switch in the model that's actually like the full res version of it, and it's working pretty well for now. I definitely want to look into like uh, Unity has some really cool like memory streaming tools and capabilities where you can
Yeah.
load and unload stuff straight from the memory, especially on like a mobile device. So I'm gonna look into that. But right now, that's how we're doing it. It's just basically,
LOD and fog.
yep, LOD and fog. Yep.
Okay. I've saw some GDC about optimization for VR games
Mm-hmm.
recently. And she talked about many things. And one thing she talked about that I thought it is great, and I don't know if you do this in your game, is fixed foveated rendering. Do you use that?
Yes, we do use
Yes. Okay.
FFR. Yeah. So that's one of the ways we got the game to even run at all on the Quest
Yeah.
1 is we check when you jump in the game, we check if you're a Quest 1 and we crank FFR all the way up once you go in. It works pretty well. The biggest thing that I've found that helps for VR games is texture resolution. Like the lower the texture resolution is, the easier it is for it to like load it and unload it from memory. So smaller maps are better, but they don't look as good.
Yeah, and I saw at this as well that the maximum number of draw calls for the Quest one is really low.
Yes,
Like
it is.
you need to handle like multiple meshes with same with an atlas texture, like this kind of things, and
Yep.
something that I never heard about. Maybe you've done it. I don't know how it works, but
Yep.
merging meshes. I don't
Yes.
know
Yeah.
how does it work. I can't I can't put in my mind just merging meshes. How do you do that?
Oh man, that like we use an asset straight off the Unity asset store that like it literally just takes all the objects, like you put it at the very top of the hierarchy, you put it on there, and you kind of select like which settings you want. And like the biggest idea is like if it's one mesh, it could just be in one memory slot, right? And if it's all pulling from the same textures and stuff, it's just a lot easier to render in one fell swoop instead of like render the island, then render the trees, then render the you know. So
Okay.
it's just like it's just putting it into a big package basically. I don't know exactly how it like combines it and everything, but
Yeah.
I just know it helps like crazy.
Maybe he gets like the closest vertices and do some math to put them being the same vertex. I don't know. It
It's
is
pretty bad at that actually. It's really bad at like deleting the back faces and stuff like that. So if someone can figure that out, super helpful. Hit me up. Send me that code.
It's
But
because you need
we
to
just
do
had an
so
artist going.
much. You need to do so much weird stuff for
Yeah,
optimizing the game.
yeah,
That
you really do.
that maybe some people get to see the game, like say the sale game, and think, oh, that's a PS2 graphic, but you don't know how many things are going back for that to even be possible to run on the Quest.
Oh my god. No, we got an actually like a negative review. I can't remember where it was. Where the guy was like, the graphics are terrible, and I was like, dude, you don't
Why?
understand
You
the
don't get
pain we
it.
went through. But I mean, it's fine. Like, it's hard to compare. Like, the PlayStation VR is gonna come out like next year, and those graphics are just gonna be
Absolutely
boom.
gorgeous, like
Yeah,
because they use foveated rendering, true foveated rendering, and that
with eye tracking, and that's like a
yes,
whole nother level of optimization.
yeah, this can boost your performance like to astronomical levels using that
Big
because
time.
for people that are there that don't know foveated rendering, you just render one part of the screen in the maximum quality, and then the rest of the screen you go like slowly uh,
Lower
uh
resolution.
yeah, putting them on lower. I forgot lowering. Get lowering the resolution. I forgot the word. You just get lowering the resolution far from this point on the screen, and usually at the moment that we use fixed foveated rendering because
Yep.
we don't have a way to know where the player is looking at. But when we got foveated rendering using eye tracking, you can get like the player isn't even gonna notice it because when he looks to the place that is at lower resolution, it increases the resolution, and then it's
Exactly.
just going to be because your eye works like as when you get to the side of your view, the resolution is lower in real life. So if you do this in game, people aren't even gonna notice it, and it is going to make games like absolutely more beautiful and with more stuff going on. It is it is kind of crazy the amount of evolution that VR is getting in a short period of time. Like
No,
it is a newer
it's
technology, and it is just
but I mean, yeah, it's super new, but at the same time, it's an old technology. Like the Quest 2 at this point is almost 2 years old,
yeah.
and but we get a new cell phone every year. You know, like Apple announces their brand new phone every single year, and we haven't gotten like an update on VR headsets for a little while.
Yeah, because
But we just found out we are.
I don't know if it is going to follow the mobile scene of how companies approach it, or if it is going to follow the console
Yeah,
side
yeah,
of
like
things.
every like
Because
5 years, huh?
yes, I
Like
really don't know what they are going to do.
personally, I feel like they should do the console route, you know, because
Yes,
it's better for game developers to be able to like rely on one hardware and be able to optimize for that hardware, get to know it. Like that's why Red Matter 2 is so pretty, is because they had enough time, like for like almost 2 years of development, to be able to put it into optimizing it for this device and then putting it out there. But if we do the phone model, we're never going to get games like that because it's going to be like, oh
yeah,
crap, like we already need a port to the next one. So people are going to build for the lowest device and just like up resolution as they go.
yes. And when you get game development, standard game development, flat games, they usually get like 3, 4, 5 years of developing. But there are games coming out to the Quest 2 now that started being developed after the Quest 2 existed. So you got people are making because people usually work to the quest look to the Quest 2 and see, okay, there's not enough big games for it. I've heard this many times. People say there is not enough big games, but we don't have enough games, so people are just making what they can at a accelerated pacing, and we can't just wait 4 years per game per company, you know.
No, exactly. And so like people are making small games because that's what they can produce fast and make it look really good, you know? So
Yeah.
people, exactly like what you're saying, they're not making these big games because they don't have time to. Like it's just been
Because
like so
we need
new with
to
the technology and
we
everything.
need to fill up the number of games and the choices that the players can have for after this, when the scene is consolidated, like when we get the scene like stabilizing, we can have companies making big games like Valve made Half-Life Alyx and other stuff. Like Valve is the only one that made a game in that level because they owned the headset. They knew what were the specs. They were building games for that headset before everyone else. So that's why Half-Life Alyx exists. Because
Exactly.
if Valve waited after the the I forgot the name of the headset. The
Index?
index, yes. If Valve waited to get some developer kit for the index, the game wasn't gonna come out as soon as as soon as they did as it did. Neither it was going to come out as good as it did. You know?
Yeah, they built it like side by side, and that's just Valve. Valve is such a crazy company. They build good stuff, man. So can't
Yeah.
whatever. I
Uh,
love Half Life. That's gold standard,
yeah, I actually haven't played it yet.
bro.
So I was on Mac stream, like Mac in VR stream
Yeah,
today, and someone in the chat just gave me a game. Just I said games were expensive in Brazil, and he just chose to give me a game, and then
dude, that's so sick.
I choose Half-Life Alyx. So okay, I'm gonna receive it, and then I'm gonna play it, and I can play the Steam mods and thing and stuff. So yeah,
Dude, there you go.
that's nice.
There you go. You're gonna
That's
love it,
really
man.
nice. That's really nice. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And True M Games said, "What about Pico Store? Will the game be released at Pico Store? Does he know if it is difficult to release a game at Pico Store? Pico Soul Tray." He misspelled it. Uh,
Yeah, so I'm actually in talks with Pico Neo right now to bring Sale over to their official store. So that's going to be huge for Sale because like they want it to be on their official platform and whatnot, and that's just going to be fan freaking tastic. And they've actually been telling me stuff about some of the things they have planned, like one of their new headsets that's coming out.
yeah, the
So
one that nobody knows, and none. We didn't got any leaks about it, and nobody knows about it.
I might know a thing or two about
No,
it that
no,
I'm not
people.
allowed to say.
It is leaked. People know about it. I know you can't confirm it, but Bradley leaked the Pico Neo 4 like uh for some time by now,
Oh,
and he
good.
leaked like the resolution of the headset and the weight of the headset and everything of the headset.
Yeah, I might be getting a dev kit for that headset. We'll
For
see.
the one that you can talk about and absolutely isn't what I've talked about right now.
That maybe we don't know. We'll see. I'm not allowed to say anything
Yeah,
else.
but I am. So one thing that is nice about Pico Neo 4, if the leaks are true, is that let's get hypothetical here so you can join the conversation. Okay, so let's get hypothetical. Hypothetically, that word is difficult. Hypothetically, the Pico Neo 4 is going to have eye tracking. Hypothetically. So if we imagine that the Pico Neo 4 hypothetically is going to have eye tracking, we can do you can do foveated rendering for the Pico Neo 4. And hypothetically, if you are with them, maybe they want you to do this. And maybe
And maybe they'll also want to do full body tracking and facial tracking, hypothetically.
hypothetically, yeah, you know, we don't know
We don't
anything.
know.
We don't know.
I don't know anything. I haven't seen anything.
Okay.
Okay. Hypothetically, that's going to be a really, really cool headset that can very hypothetically compete with the Oculus Quest 2 in a lot of ways. Hypothetically.
Yeah, but the only thing that I'm worried about Pico, that speaking of their previous headsets, is that people said that the other headset, I never tried it. It is difficult enough to buy the Quest 2 in Brazil. To buy the Neo 3 Link, it isn't possible. But people say that the software side of things with tracking and stuff, it's like not as good as Oculus One, because it is obvious that Meta is a like company with a little more money and people to make it. So
Yeah, so I actually have that headset too,
yeah,
the Neo 3 Link, and
yes.
it's there's a lot of like little things that I noticed that I'm like, oh wow, like I didn't realize Meta put so much time into fixing that. Tracking is pretty good. I haven't
Okay.
really noticed anything tracking wise.
Okay.
The one thing that's like really missing from like the Pico that they don't have that they do have on Meta is like hand tracking, which I didn't realize how much I just like naturally used hand tracking until I jumped on the Pico and I was like, oh, they don't have hand tracking. Like that's actually just a really nice one. But hypothetically, the next one might have it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I think you can stop talking. I think you are going beyond what you can. You should.
yeah, I should probably stop.
So we've approached like for everyone that's on the live stream, in 8 minutes we're doing the next giveaway for the next key in 8 minutes. Okay, just getting everyone to know about it. You can share the live for other people, but maybe you cannot do this as well, because then more people are going to be participating on the giveaway. So yeah, your choice. Yeah, yeah. And okay, the Pico is a real nice thing that is happening right now, because I was talking about it with Indie VR, the Indie VR. I was talking with him, and he doesn't have a Quest 2 as of right now, and what and he needs to, like, with his new wave for the channel with indie games and supporting indie developers, he really needs a mobile headset at least. And I talked to him about the Pico, because every game that you have on side quests, not every game, but mostly every
Most
game,
games.
most games that you have in side quests have a itch.io page, and there you can just download the APK, and you can, I don't know, you can talk about it for me. You can just get the the APK that was made for the cast and run it on the Pico. It is
Sometimes.
it
Like, so with like, I've been trying to port Sail over to the Pico, and there are a couple more steps you have to do to make sure that it works with their controllers. But
Okay.
they're so similar, like it doesn't take much to get to
Okay.
that point. Um,
So, but you
I
need
made
you need a specific APK, so you can just get the same from the Quest because of
I've
the
never
controller stuff.
actually tried it, but I'm pretty sure you do, just to make sure that it tracks the controllers correctly.
Okay, okay.
So uh, uh, maybe I don't.
Yeah, because if you do the game with OpenXR and the XR interaction toolkit from Unity,
Mhm.
it should automatically works with all the supported controllers
Yep.
in there. So
As long as you
maybe,
include it, yeah.
yeah. So maybe if it is included in the build, you can just use the APK, right?
Yep. But I mean, Pico is making a huge effort to reach out to indie games like me, right?
Yeah.
To get them on their store because Meta is so like
Yeah,
not. I
that's
don't
how
want to
they
say like
compete. That's how they
yeah,
compete with Meta.
exactly. 'Cause, like Meta doesn't like indie that much. I don't know how to put it with them. Like they're so strange about it. But like Pico's like, yeah, like we'd love to have your game. Like please bring it over to our platform. We'll send you a free headset and make
If
sure it works.
if Meta liked indie games, they long time ago would have supported side quests to just download into the headset. The side quest crew needed to do a big effort to make an APK to download the side quest directly to
Yep.
your quest too. If Meta supported indie games, they would have done this like months ago, like ages ago, and you could just download side quests and open like officially from your quest queue. So yeah, Meta just buys the indie company, the indie studios. They do
Which
this.
like it works in a sense because like they basically see, okay, who's good enough to survive in this area. And I mean, if they're anything like me, they're desperate for cash. So if someone like Meta comes along and says, "Hey, here's all this cash, and we'll buy you out, and you can keep making that game, but we own you," like they're probably just like, "Hallelujah!" Like we
Yeah, I
can
would
make the
accept it.
game.
I
Yeah,
would accept it.
who wouldn't?
Yeah,
But
like okay, you can just continue working, but now you have money, and now you have the guarantee that people are going to play your game because it is
yeah,
going to appear in the meta store. So yeah, why would I not accept it?
no, no, it's just so strange because like I've like tried to reach out to them and be like, "Hey, like, what do I need to do to get on the official store?" And they're just kind of give you dead silence. They're like, "Oh, we have App Lab. Here you go." And it's like, "Okay, that's great. Like App Lab is really great, but like is there like any way I can get onto the official store? Is there like a roadmap? Is there like what do I need to do because you let these guys on, but what's wrong with me, you know?" I don't know. It's
Okay.
kind of crazy.
Yeah, because I saw there's a movie, probably you saw it too. I don't know. I think that's in the game, the movie, or something like that.
Mm.
A documentary about the developers of Super Meat Boy, Fast, and Braid.
Oh, I haven't seen that
You
before,
haven't
no.
seen that. That is super nice. And one thing that happened at the documentary is that they were Super Meat Boy were being published by Microsoft,
Mhm.
and it was going to appear in the store, in the Microsoft store, when you started the console. And I think that for a bug or something like that, a bug that made it, the game wasn't appearing in the main
Mm.
screen. And the one of the two developers went crazy because he was saying it is like you go to a store and you visit the whole store and there's all these products, but you need to get in the balcony and ask for the specific product to get for they to get into the basement, I don't know, and get the product for you. It is like that. The app lab is like that.
It is a little bit like I don't know why they can't just like let it be searchable like everything else is. Just give them the warning that like yes, this is an App Lab game, but like I
Yeah,
don't know, there's not that
you
much
need to search
content.
you need to search the specific name of the game, right? For it
Yeah,
to be downloadable. Like
like if you
it's
search
crazy.
pirate on the Quest like store, my game does not come up, but they bring up like they bring up like Orbis VR. It's like that's not a pirate game. It's like what the
That's a
heck?
game you can pirate.
Yeah. But if you have to type in sail, just like exactly sail, and then you have to scroll all the way down to the very bottom, click view more, and there's the free demo and the early access. It's just like,
That
ugh,
was
it's
yeah.
just
That's
crazy.
not cool. I think when the Pico launches, you are going to have a boom in your sales.
I sure hope so. Like
Yeah.
they've been super nice and just like they're just like we want to help you like get onto the platform. Like we're happy to answer any questions and like Oculus has a couple of like kind of cool things for indie developers. Like they have a couple of programs that you can get into which will like give you like a free headset and stuff like that. But it's kind of like a like indie and that's it. Like you're gonna stay in the indie group and we're not actually gonna bring you up onto like the official store. It's kind of like yes, we see you indies, but stay over there, please.
Yeah. It is like have you saw Attack on Titan the anime?
Oh
That's
no, I
behind you.
haven't seen that
You
yet.
haven't. There's I can't talk about it if you haven't seen it. It's a huge spoiler, and maybe one day you've seen it, and I don't want to ruin your
Experience watching it.
experience. Okay, because it is a major spoiler. What I was about to say.
Don't
Uh,
say it. Don't say it.
so let's do the next giveaway. What's the next
Woo!
word for the giveaway?
Let's do
Uh,
pirate.
Pirate. Okay, let's do pirate. So people just get in the chat and send pirate. Just write pirate, and in some minutes I will get the winner of the giveaway. Okay, Jonathan is participating. Starkiller is participating. Where is QRM Games? Apollo is participating again. Where
I
is
want the game,
Pena?
man.
Where is Pena? Pena, where are you? He just arrived after the first giveaway and then he's gone. Okay, just
No.
write parrot on the chat to participate on the next giveaway, Pena. You can't lose this. Where is MetaQuester? MetaQuester, where are you? You need to write parrot on the chat.
MetaQuester just said above that he was heading out, so yeah, he's not.
Ah.
No. I'm heading out. Okay. Yeah, so I think that would be everyone. How many persons we have on the stream there, Apollo?
8.
Yeah,
Nice.
not everyone is typing, but I think 3 of these people are vapor. So we have. That's okay. Oh, Pena. That's all right. You already typed parrot. You don't need to type it again. Okay. Let me do the. Yeah, no. I know you voted only one time. I'm not blaming you of voting more than one time. I'm just saying that the 8 viewers from the stream right now, 3 of them are you. I'm just saying that. So you can do this pile of bottles again to entertain the people for the stream while I am
Here we go.
doing the giveaway. Okay. Okay, I'm in there. How many people we have participating? 1, 2, 3, 4 persons. Okay. And then generate. Okay, we have a winner. We have a winner. And the winner is QRM Games. Pena. Parabéns. Congratulations, Pena. You now have a game. Congratulations, Pena. I'm just sad for Vapor because he's here in 3 accounts to help me, but he he does not have the key of the game, or he already have. I don't remember. I think he already has the game. He said it.
Oh, okay.
Let me see it. Somebody said it. I don't know if it is Vapor that said it. Vapor, you can confirm it to me. Oh, Pena is going to do a video about the game.
All right,
Yeah, he has 5,000 subscribers in Brazil.
bro. That's awesome. Hey,
Yeah.
if you do post about it, like send me a link to it so that I can repost it on my channel so more people will see it. Cause I repost pretty much
Yeah, I don't
everything.
know if the people that follow you will see it because it is going to be in Portuguese. But yeah.
But I mean, like if it's sale related content, I repost it. I at least like
Okay.
comment and like on it and stuff because you're playing my game and I appreciate that. So
Okay, Vapor don't have the game yet. So I'm really sorry for Vapor that didn't got the game yet. And for Apollo that didn't get the game yet. He is working here. At least he's here. Okay, so let's continue. Oh, Pena said that he can do the gameplay on English.
whatever you
Yeah.
want, dude. I'll
Yeah.
repost it either way.
You can do the two things for the people from Brazil to get it, and the people. I don't, Pena. I don't know if English is the best option because then the people that came from the Discord channel and stuff aren't going to see this video, but not the rest of your video. So I think I think only Portuguese is the possibility.
Portuguese.
Pena asks, "What is your YouTube channel?"
My YouTube channel is Red Team 19 VR.
Red Team 19 VR. So Apollo, write it on chat.
I'll also probably comment on this stream afterwards, so if you see my comment, you can find me that way.
Okay. That's a way you can. I'm pointing. I'm pointing. Do my camera. My camera. My camera. I forgot. I asked him to comment on the chat, and then like immediately after it, I asked him to put on my camera. But yeah, you can find him on the chat after the stream. I only wanted to do this. I don't know why. Okay, Apollo sent on the chat your channel
Perfect.
name. That's perfect. We can continue right now, and at the end of the stream, we are going to do the third and final giveaway for the game. Right,
Good luck, chance
guys?
for you, Vapor.
Yeah. Good luck, Vapor. I really want you to win it.
And Apollo. Good luck to you, Apollo.
Yeah, but Vapor is 3 times on the live stream. That's like he's 3 times on the live stream. That's like something, you know.
Should be rewarded for that.
Yeah, you should. Okay, but what about what do you like to do? Not being VR related. What do you do that is not VR related?
I like. I feel like my whole life is VR related at this point.
I get it.
I mean, like obviously, I
Do
love
you
to
watch
play
any
other video games.
movies?
Yeah, occasionally, I guess. I do have 2 daughters, so like we watch like the princess movies. Gonna take them to Disneyland. That'll be fun. But yeah, I watch movies, but I'm really into reading books and stuff like that.
Got it.
I love like Brandon Sanderson books. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but if you
No.
haven't, you should totally read his books.
What the kind of books that he does?
So he does fantasy, like epic fantasy,
Oh,
and
that's
he
a
has a
good genre.
book. He has a book called Mistborn that is just one of the best books
Okay.
I've ever read in my whole life. So highly recommend Brandon Sanderson. I think he has Portuguese translations.
Yeah,
of
no,
his books.
he will have probably like most. If he's like a little famous, he's going to have
Okay, so he's
Brazilian
pretty
Portuguese.
big. He's pretty big,
So
so I
he
bet
is
you he
going to
has
have.
it.
Yes, but if
Um,
he doesn't, I can read in English as well. It isn't a
there you
problem.
go.
So okay.
Wait, so that's what I want to ask you guys a couple questions because like it's crazy to talk to people from Brazil that are into VR because I just assumed that VR was way too expensive for like Brazil and like
It is.
the majority. So like, how did you get your quest? Like, what? How did you get
Okay,
get
so
it
let
down there?
me get you some background on technology in Brazil. I do this every stream, but I think I will continue doing this because it always blows the mind of the person that I'm talking with, at least a little. Okay, so let's get the price of the PS5,
Okay.
$450, right?
Yeah.
In Brazil, you get this price and multiply it by 10, and that's the price in Brazil.
Why?
Not in dollar, in Brazilian reais.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we got, but it is the same thing because the minimum wage in here is 1,200.
Okay.
So the PS5 is 4,500. You need to work for 4 months to get enough money to get the PS5, and then you don't pay your bills, and you don't eat, and you don't do anything.
Wow. Okay.
So
You gotta
yeah,
really want it.
but somehow Brazil is, I think, the fourth biggest gaming country in the world
Really?
because we just do something about it because we spent all year just saving money to buy a console. That's what people do here. Maybe 2 years depending on the person, but it is an objective to everyone that likes gaming, and almost everyone that was born after the 80s love gaming.
Gotcha. Oh,
So
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Jonathan Badger said on the chat that you should tell him how it's cheaper to buy a ticket to fly to the United States, and then you'll buy a PS5 there, and like some other things, and go back to Brazil, and it would be cheaper than to buy it here on Brazil.
Yeah, I think not buying
What?
only the PS5 is going to be cheaper, but if you
Yeah,
buy
yeah, yeah,
another
yeah,
thing with like the Quest Pro or even the Quest 2, it is going to be cheaper. Flying to the
What the
US,
heck?
buying the stuff and then coming back.
So if I started buying PS5s and flying down to Brazil, could I like start a business doing that? Like,
Yeah, but you can't carry 5 PS5s in the plane.
that won't be suspicious at all. Oh man, that's kind of crazy to me because I mean, like, I feel like Brazil is like super far along. Like, you guys have like great internet and you've got like good infrastructure and whatnot. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
that
see
that
why.
was confusing for me when I saw about a video about the mobile internet in Canada and how expensive and bad it is comparing to Brazil. And I thought, okay, why Brazil? Why? I don't know.
No, no,
In my mind, everything was expensive in Brazil.
dude, that's so weird. Like, I just feel like with that many people so passionate. I mean, if people are like saving up for 2 years to get a console,
Yeah.
like, there's just a giant market down there. Like, I like Pico. If you're listening to this, like, sell your headsets at a discount down in Brazil.
Yeah,
Let's
and
get
it's
the
still
VR market up down here.
somehow we have big Nintendo fans in Brazil, and somehow Nintendo doesn't even put subtitles in Portuguese for us.
My gosh, like, dude, that's so crazy to me. Then, like, that just doesn't make any sense.
But yeah, you can search it. What the biggest gaming countries are in the world? I'm mm, I'm almost sure that Brazil is the fourth one, the fourth biggest one, because we
Someone
have
in chat fact check it.
yeah, because we have a big population as well.
Right.
So that influences it a little. Like we have more people in one state that some countries have, you know. So
Well, because Brazil is huge. Like, it's ginormous. But I guess a lot of that is the rainforest too, huh?
uh, maybe like you're saying about Amazonia. You're talking about Amazonia.
Yeah.
Like the north part of Brazil is covered by the Amazonia, but
Uh-huh.
it isn't uh, the majority of the land. You know, it isn't
Okay.
even half of the land.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
Amazonia is really big. It is really big. We have many states over it. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
we don't have people that live in it in the Amazonia, but states around it and cities around it.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. So then, like, for you guys, like, how did you learn English, or did you like, do you guys speak English in your home, or did you learn it in like university, or like, how do you
Okay.
guys know English? Because your English is great.
Okay. Thank you. The standard way to learn English in Brazil is going to an English course. We have many of these. Like you are walking in one street and you got like three English courses. And I'm thinking about a street in my mind that has three in a row English courses because it is important to know English all around the world. And yeah, so that's the way most people learn in Brazil. I've learned English playing games, watching movies, and listening to music.
That's
That's how I
crazy.
learned it. Like since I was a kid, that's a normal story in Brazil. That's normal for uh, I think most of my friends. The way that they learned it is they just wanted to play some RPG game in the PS2 or some game that you needed to understand what was going on and you didn't, and so you got the dictionary and just look at the words and started learning.
No way. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
this got lost recently because we have dubbed games and subbed games, so people
Right.
don't usually learn this way anymore. Usually,
Hmm.
but like Minecraft teached me specific things because you have a vast amount of items in Minecraft and all of them have their name in
Gotta
English.
know. You gotta know what it is. Yeah.
So yeah, interacting with English content, I perfected my English. I don't know. I'm not saying that it's perfect, but I improved my English watching mostly by watching English content. You know, like
Gotcha.
90% of the content I watch on YouTube is in English from people
Nice.
around the world. So that's how I improved my hearing, and I think that's how I improved speaking as well because I see people speaking in different ways, and then my mind just starts to get into the rhythm of things
Oh,
and I
okay.
improved my speaking because before the podcast I didn't really spoke English with anyone.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's the way I perfected it. I improved in it.
So, with this being like a VR podcast, do you think that VR could help like people in Brazil to like perfect their English? Because like this is a legit conversation with a
Yes,
native English speaker
absolutely,
and you know.
absolutely, and it was a good segue for the sponsor of the podcast. That is not the one in the screen right now that you aren't seeing, but because you're on Quest, so the screen must be black or something.
Mhm.
But we are sponsored by We Learn. That's an English course that it is hosted on VRCHAT, and you
Oh,
can
cool.
access it by your PC or you can access it by your VR headset, and you can do a experimental class. And if you want to understand everything that I'm saying in all this podcast and understand and see more of the podcast with this kind of persons like game developers and content creators from outside of Brazil, you want that, you want to be able to speak with them in VR chat or in another games or just like creating content maybe someday in English, you can do this class. And the way they do it is it's amazing. They just have the first half of the class, you get in a classroom and they just teach you grammatics and stuff and teach you how to speak things and how to read things and what's the meaning of this and what's the verb and teach you all the irregular verbs and stuff. That's really raging. That's something that I don't like about English. You guys have so many regular verbs. That's like not cool. But they teach all of it, and then they go to a VRChat word to do an activity. The class that I went to, they just went to a Squid Game word with this class game, and then you needed to answer a question or formulate a sentence in English. And if you ask it correctly, you could send one person to step and choose what glass they were into, like the Squid Game. I don't,
Whoa.
I don't, I don't know if you saw Squid Game,
Yeah,
but
I saw Squid Game.
okay, they had this glass-like thing, and then you just
Yeah.
step on that, and it was really funny, and it is a funny and fun and funny
Yeah,
way to learn English because you're like under the right amount of pressure, you know.
that's so cool. What a
That
cool
is
way to
cool.
learn English.
That is cool. That is really, I really loved it. I would do the course if I had more time, more money, and more time and more money. I think that's the two things because I'm learning modeling, I'm learning drawing to do the concept art, I'm learning VR specific programming, and I'm a game designer, so I'm constantly studying game designing, level designing, and stuff to make my own VR games. So yeah, I don't really have the time right now, and I'm learning Japanese because I want to. So yeah.
You're a
Uh,
busy guy, busy guy. Oh man, so are there like lots of game developers down in Brazil too? Like, is that a pretty common thing for like people
not
to go
VR
to?
game developers, but lots of game developers. Yes.
Okay.
Like one thing that you will find funny or cool, the art director for the newest God of War game,
The
the
Ragnarok?
fourth. Yeah, no, the fourth God of War game. Maybe the Ragnarok as
Oh yeah,
well.
yeah.
He's Brazilian.
No way.
Yeah, the art
Oh,
director.
that's incredible.
And the people who made the art for Celeste, the platforming game, they are Brazilian
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah, so Brazil is out there, and Brazil is starting to grow on their own on game development. Some games are being developed in Brazil, and they are really nice. Like Derek, sorry, Apollo, get the 171 trailer for me. I know you won't be able to see it because you're
Yeah,
in
I can't
class,
see the
right?
screen.
Yeah. Later, after the stream, I'm gonna show the trailer to you. Okay,
Yeah,
to you to see it. The
I want
chat
to see it.
isn't gonna be able, but oh, 2RM Games said something that I didn't know. The person that developed Kinect was a Brazilian.
No way.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So Brazilians are all around the world.
They're
They
doing
are.
good
They
work.
are like a
No.
plague. They are like a plague. They are all around the world. It doesn't matter where you are. You're going to. You are doomed to encounter a Brazilian.
Oh, that's awesome.
You maybe don't know it because we are good at like hiding plain sight because the diversity of people in Brazil are so is so huge that most times you don't know when someone is Brazilian. You know,
Yeah.
we got
Yeah, I
like
mean, you look
every type of person in here just mix and matched. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like in the States, I'm sure I pass Brazilians all the time, but like we have people from everywhere, so it's just like I
Yeah.
don't know. You see them from everywhere
Yeah.
anyway, you know.
And someone and that there's something that's really funny for me that always was. We have black and white people in Brazil, right? And
Oh, that's
then
right. You guys.
in the states we have Latins, and that's it. We have yellow, black, white, indigenous, and so many other stuff that we call in Brazil. And then when we go to another country, we're just like Latin people. Just
You guys got
that
the diversity. Well done.
that is funny.
Dude, that's crazy. I've always wondered. So one of the issues in the United States is like hiring developers. Like even someone like with your talent, like hiring someone like you, like we have to pay them so much money. You know, like, and so I've always wondered if like people in like Brazil, if they had like the game development talent, because like we could pay you guys really really well, but it'd be a lot cheaper because it's like the U.S. to the Brazilian real. You know.
Yeah.
So like I've always wondered if there was like I heard recently about a place in Costa Rica where there was just this group of developers who were specialized in this one particular software, and they got outsourced. Like that's what we call it here is outsourcing. And like people in the United States would hire them because they could hire them for such a cheaper rate than what we hire people in the States for. So it'd be interesting to like see like if you get like all your friends to learn like VR development, I could probably like just like hire you guys to build Sail because I could pay you to do it.
Okay,
You know?
okay. Like, if I was paid like $1,000 a month, it was going to be like a huge salary in Brazil.
You're kidding me.
A huge, like 5,000 reais. It is like absolutely huge. That's something. Okay, you are like it is a successful starting salary or a like you can live comfortably alone with 5,000 reais. That
Really?
is $1,000 because
$1,000 a month would be
yes,
comfortable.
yes, really comfortable.
Holy crap.
Apollo can confirm it with me. $1,000 a month.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you get $1,000 a month, it would be like some people can only dream of receiving that
Yeah.
amount of money, in Brazil.
That's because
Like,
the way
Bro.
it converts to here. Because there you pay things in dollar, but we don't pay things in dollars, so it converts
Oh
really
yeah.
well. We converts really well for Brazil. Like with $1,000, I can like two options. I can rent a really good house to live, or I can just finance a house maybe in a little city or something like that and live there and pay my food and like live comfortably, maybe buying more than one console a year, I don't need to, but maybe that's possible.
Get the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, that's why I'm making a YouTube channel in English for VR development. Obviously inspired by Danny.
There you go.
So that's why I'm making it because it is easier to grow this kind of content in English. Like
Mhm.
if you see a video named "I made my dream game," like the views of the channel just pop out and just go
Right.
insane, and they started getting Patreons and the AdSense. Man, to live with the AdSense in Brazil, it's so difficult because the AdSense is so low. You need to
Oh,
have like a 300,000 channel to live
really?
to like starting to think about living from the AdSense, starting to think about it because I think it isn't enough. And when I talked to Mac, he has 13,000
Mhm.
subscribers, and he said it was giving him like a good amount of money. And I thought, okay, like this is so different. It is so easy to be a Brazilian and be successful out there.
No, like I mean, crap. Like I make like a little bit of money off of like AdSense, but like it would probably be like a ton. Like I make about $100 a month off of the AdSense, but
Yeah.
like that would be like a ton for you guys.
Yeah, it would be half my salary from where when I worked.
Dude, I feel like guilty saying that, man.
No,
That's
no,
insane.
no, no. That's the way it
Oh,
works because the coin is really like uh not, I don't know the word for valorizado there.
value.
What is,
you want to say that the coin is undervalued?
yeah, The Brazilian coin is undervalued.
Yeah.
Since I think 2018.
Yeah.
It always was, but since 2018, $1 is 5 or more reais.
Okay.
So you
Like
get what you want.
it used to be 3.
Yes.
Like yeah,
Really?
$1 used to be 3
And people
reais,
were
but
like complaining because
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
one
But
dollar, 3 reais.
recently it just got up like crazy, man. Yes, it's too much.
Dude, that's so sad.
But
Oh,
yeah, maybe I think about trying to get hired by a external company. But I would try to make my channel first, and then if it got right, I will
yeah.
just continue with it. I continue with the podcast because it is fun. I can talk with you. I can talk with other persons, other people, and it is fun. I will continue making my podcast, but maybe I don't know. We need to see because I risked getting out of my job. I was in a full time job starting at game development. I was working as a level designer for a
Nice.
indie studio in Brazil, and I thought, okay, that's not what I want. What I wanted, because when I was working on my projects before the being employed. I was making like Minecraft mods. I was started making the mythology mod for Minecraft and a Bleach game for Roblox and
Wow.
so many more projects. I haven't finished any of them, but it was fun,
Yeah.
participating on game jams. I spent like 48 hours awake, not 48 hours, like 30 something hours awake, and working on the project for the game jam, the
Dude, that's insane.
GM2K1, making the
Whoa.
project, and it was fun. It was really fun. I wasn't it wasn't bad. I wanted to do it again. And when I got to the job, it started losing the magic.
Hmm.
So I thought, okay, I think I work better doing my projects. I
For
think,
sure.
and I work better doing. There are people that work better when they are like guided, and I think that's the logic way to
Hmm.
work better when you don't need to think about everything you're doing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I work faster. I am more productive when I work by myself.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And
No, I get that.
I just bought a VR development course that just get out for me to practice, and I'm practicing watching YouTube videos and stuff and trying on my own to make my first demo and my first video. And I think the game development channel is going to grow faster than this one with the podcast. I really think that.
No,
And
I think it could for sure. Like,
yeah.
especially if you make like, I mean, it's just like people love a good story, right? So like, if you tell them about how you're a guy from Brazil who's
Yeah.
making VR games, they're gonna be like, "Whoa, that's so interesting," you know?
People love the underdog, and just for being for Brazil, I'm the underdog. Yeah, man, and game development content does really well in the YouTube, and there is not as many people that it should be. That like there's like game development channels, like the channels that develop games, not channels that teach you how to develop or something like that. Channels that develop games. I know like 7. You
Yeah.
know, and there's Denny, obviously
Yep.
there's Denny, there's Bargy, there is Aya that I get to know recently, and some others, and some of them just started learning development.
Yep. Yep.
And I see the videos. I think I can do so much better than this in the development part. Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
video part. I don't know if I can do better just doing it. That I don't have the confidence for the video editing, the storytelling and stuff, and the animation. But the game development thing, I think, okay, this thing that they spent like 2 months doing, I can do in less than 2 months.
Dude, there you go.
Like I sometimes I think, oh, okay, I've already done it. I've done exactly this in less than 2 months, you know, because I was I loved prototyping stuff. So I
Yeah.
prototyped like a flying mechanic, just a flying mechanic, and I prototyped like really a 2D platformy playing controller and made the physics. I love making the physics. I study physics and math so that I can make
Oh,
like
nice.
nice physics with realistic vectors or with useful vectors. I loved
Okay.
studying like there was a channel about Rocket League
Mhm.
that like dissect the science behind the physics behind the Rocket League, and I learned
Oh,
so much
cool.
stuff because the physics of the game isn't realistic, but it is
No, it's not.
you would expect from the game. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
like it performs exactly as you want it to, but it isn't realistic at all. So
Right.
that's some things I'm doing college for game development right now.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm really into this, and I want
Dude.
to make content as well. So yeah, I told my story one more time in the podcast. Here, here we go.
No, dude, I love hearing stuff like that because I mean, like, it's gonna be cool one day and you look back and you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm king of the game devs.
Yeah, yeah. I'm starting to learn modeling, and it is so hard. I
Yes.
like it is a type of art that doesn't really have anything with art.
It's computer art. It doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
technical art, right?
There you go.
And yeah, but for that, I'm also learning to do concept art and started drawing. And I don't have the ability right now to like right now I have, but when I started learn drawing, I didn't have the ability to draw a good stickman. You know, like the head was like oval, and the body had like three legs because I just get a line too big for the body and just started the legs in the middle, and I didn't knew how to do the arm. So yeah,
Oh my gosh, dude, that's awesome.
but then when you start drawing, that's something that is interesting. The first thing that you start learning is how to draw a line,
Yeah,
and then you learn how to draw a
that's even
square,
hard.
and then a circle, and the circle is so hard, and then you
Yeah.
need to learn how to draw a sphere and a cube and a cone, and it just
Have
gets
have you
worse.
have you tried out the modeling software that's free on Oculus? It's called Medium.
That's a sculpting app, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay, I never tried it. I didn't knew the name, but I knew it existed.
it's super interesting because like I started doing some like modeling too, like recently, but like
Okay,
I couldn't do it on the mouse and keyboard. So I was like, I wonder if there's something in VR, and there is. There's a couple of like really good
yeah,
modeling
but
softwares for VR that
when
are
you
so much better.
sculpt things, you need to get it to to Blender or something to do the faces right, for they
Hmm.
don't get like 40,000 triangles.
Yeah, it's
You need
true.
to the topology, right? You need to redo all the
Hmm.
topology of the model.
That's true. That's true.
In the VR, they style should be a hair model. Yeah, for some reason he always like what's the word for elogio? Paulo?
Compliments.
He always compliments my hair, like not my virtual hair, my real hair.
Must be nice.
Maybe I worked hard to have a decent hair, so it is
There you
nice
go.
to have him complimenting. Yeah, it is
That's
months and
awesome.
months of just doing the right stuff, and that's like boring. Okay, let me see if there is something in the chat. Maybe because we're talking for so long that I haven't seen the chat in a long time.
Got carried away.
Jonathan Badger asks, "What would you do if someone paid to relocate you to a game studio in another country?" I would move the next day.
Even if it was like they moved you to Bolivia.
Yeah, no, absolutely. If the like I'm receiving well, if with that money I can live in the other channel, in the other country. Sorry, if that money I can live in the other country, I would do that immediately. I
Huh.
would just
All
go.
right. Just leave.
Like
Drop it and go.
my main objective is to get to make money in dollar and work in Brazil, so that I can like enjoy the amount of money that I'm receiving. You know.
There you go.
For at least for some time, because
Yeah.
when I start making money with YouTube, and I'm going
Mhm.
to receive in dollar because it is YouTube,
Mhm.
every like in the beginning, it is going to be easier depending of how I receive the money, because I have this podcast in English. When I unlock the super chat, maybe people are going to like donate money. I don't know if
Mhm.
people are going to do this, but maybe they are going to donate some money. And like $20 for me, it is like 100 reais. It is so much money.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. It is. It is. It is for me as well. When I see how much do you do of money out there, comparing, you get converting directly the money, because
Yeah.
like with $1,000 you pass through some difficulties in life, right? You
Mhm.
can like you can just support yourself really well, like pretty much as it is in Brazil with 1,000 reais. That's the minimum wage. You can't support yourself. You can like live, but you're not
Yeah.
getting a good life. The nice thing about Brazil is that we have public health stuff.
Mm.
So if we get sick, if we get like run over a car, if we get like something, we don't have to pay for it,
Oh, that's nice.
for the hospital bills and stuff. And I know that's a huge thing in America. Like the hospital bills are like absolutely ginormous, and
Yep.
and yeah, we had this in Brazil as well with private healthcare, but we had the public as well. So
Gotcha. Huh. That's
like
good to know.
you can live in Brazil if you want to hire me for doing like I don't know. You can I will send me my other games. I've made level design and game design. If you liked it, you can you can
Dude, send it over. I want to see it.
you can see my podcast on the Consoles Corner. When I've been there, we talked about game levels, and I showed some footage of some games that I made and talked about it. If you find that I'm
Yeah.
interesting enough, you can hire me for making something,
Okay.
anything. Okay, let's do the last giveaway. I think I
Uh,
thought I think like I talked more than you in the podcast. It shouldn't be like that.
Dude, I asked the questions though, so like I should expect it. I wanted to know. I wanted to know how it came about. I'm
Okay.
impressed. You guys have impressed me.
Yeah. You asked me how was that I bought the Quest 2, right? I
Yeah.
didn't respond that. When I got my job, when I got my job, I still live with my parents. That's because it is easier. And that's the
Mhm.
thing in Brazil. People just don't leave the parents' house as early as they do in other countries. Like it
Okay.
is normal, and nobody is going to judge you if you're 27 and you live in your parents' home. You know,
Okay.
like it is it is expected, right? Because you need to finish college first, and we don't have like we don't live in our college. We don't have dormitories, and I don't remember how you call it in English. It isn't dormitories. Like it is another word.
No, we say dormitories, dorms.
Oh yeah, it's
Dorms.
dormitories. Yeah,
Okay,
dorms.
okay. It seemed strange for me, but okay. We don't have dorms in Brazil, so we
Gotcha.
just live at our parents' home until we finish college and find something to do. So I was working, receiving a minimum wage for gaming developing. and I thought, okay, now that I'm working, I'm gonna the first thing that I'm going to do is buying me a VR headset, and I always been like getting information on VR my whole life, like
Oh,
not my whole life since VR exists, like 2015, 2014
2014.
was
2014
like
was when that first
when
started up.
yeah, and people in Brazil also got like some huge content creators in Brazil get to get some VR headsets like the Oculus developer kit,
Mm-hmm.
and I got to see some gameplays, and I thought, okay, that's amazing. I'm never gonna have this because it is going to be expensive, but it is amazing, and I'm continue seeing that, and then I saw like Sword Art Online. I saw Sword Art Online before it, but and then I continued viewing Sword Art Online, and I saw Ready Player One in 2017. I don't remember. I think that's the year.
That's a
Um,
good movie.
then I continued to get the information on VR, get the current status of things, and then I saw the Quest One launch, and I thought, okay, that's nice, that's cheaper. And then I saw the Quest Two launch, that it was cheaper. And I thought, okay, how the second one is cheaper than the first one and launched like some months after it. That was my first thought, and it is until today. No, I know how it is cheaper, but why it launched so early after the first one,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But okay. And then I thought, okay, I want to buy a VR headset, and my first like 3 or 4 salaries were to pay my VR headset,
Dude, that's awesome.
and that's it. That's the story of how I got my Quest 2. If it breaks, I'm fucked. I can't, like, the only thing that I can let happen is sunscreen to get on the Quest, because if I broke my controller, I think I can get away with somehow getting another one. That there is
Mm-hmm.
people in Brazil that fix it. We don't have Oculus support in here, Meta support.
Yeah.
We don't have it in here, but people can fix it. If my Quest 2 just falls 7 meters to the ground and something there inside there broke, I can get it fixed. But if the Quest 2 breaks, like with sunlight, and it burns the display
Burns
and something
screen.
like this, I can
So,
handle, because there's nothing I can do after it.
oh man, dude, that's
so
so rough.
so we just be extra careful about how we place, like I place it inside my, I forgot how you call when you my wardrobe. I place it inside my wardrobe with a shirt up, sometimes with a shirt, sometimes I just put in there with a shirt inside of it, inside of up, and like covering it, and then I close the door and close the curtains, and that's how I keep my Oculus safe, because if I forgot to do anything in this process, I won't forget to do the rest of the things in the process.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
That's oh, Jonathan said 15 minutes to Walmart here. They sell then in stock. Yeah, no, we need to import it. We need to
Oh,
import
that's
it.
insane.
We don't have Walmart in here, because Walmart tried to get into Brazil, but somehow it didn't work, and then they just give it up. I don't know why it didn't work, but we don't have Walmart in Brazil.
Dang, dude.
I don't know that's necessarily a bad thing, because Walmart tried and it couldn't because of some reason. Maybe the competition was already here, you know? I don't know. But
That's
yeah,
interesting.
let's do the last giveaway.
Alright.
Okay. So just write Garrett on the chat. How do we spell your name? Because yeah, that's important.
It's spelled GARETT. Kind of a weird spelling, but that's just what happens
Okay,
in
I
my
would
state.
just change the first A with an E if I were to spell it, but the rest
It
of it,
doesn't matter.
yeah, the rest of it. Okay, Benna, you already got one. You can't participate again. You already got one key. That's not fair. Where are the rest of you? Apollo, why aren't you participating?
Nah, I'm fine. I lost 2 already. I'm okay.
You can
This is
lose
your
the
chance, Apollo. This is
you
your
can lose the
chance.
third one. No, Penna, I'm sorry. I'm not Garrett, that's on you. I should let Penna participate to get the key for another person, or I should not.
Sure. Okay. Jeez, now I want to give like 1,000 keys away to my friends in Brazil who have VR headsets.
Okay. I think that makes sense. So I will let Penna participate on that because if he can spread the word of SEO around Brazil, that's good for the game. I'm
Yeah.
not going to do to let Indy win. I'm not going to consider Indy VR. He you can get a key if you speak it, Gerrit. I'm sure you can get another key if you speak it in. But okay, let's just do this. I'm going to consider Penna. We got 4 people. We got 4 people participating on that. Wow! I put out my headset and it is like I don't know. I felt something weird.
Spider crawling down your back.
Okay, so let's just one. Who is one? Who is the first one that? Oh, I'm sorry, Vapor. Again, you didn't get it.
Oh,
It was Star
no.
Killer. Congratulations, Star Killer, on getting your key for sale. You can reach me on Discord or Instagram. Everything is in the description below. He haven't said anything in the whole stream outside from the giveaway things, but
He was just here for the giveaways.
yeah, but he's here, so he said, "Okay, thank you." Yeah. Okay, so the three winners from today were Penna, Star Killer, and I forgot the first one because his name is Darlo Dario Zuluaga. Dario
That's a hard one.
Zuluaga. That's a name I think you cannot pronounce.
Diozuguaga, no idea.
it,
La 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 la.
it is weird, some things like that, because I'm sure you cannot pronounce my name, but it is so simple. My name is Caio. Caio. Caio.
Yeah, Caillou. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, you could. You could. Okay. People from the virtually wrecked podcast couldn't pronounce my name. I don't know why. Because it is just Caio. Caio.
Yeah,
It is
Caillou.
just
Yeah. There's a kids show when I was little that was Caillou. So
yeah.
yeah, I know that.
Okay. The little kid with cancer.
That's the one.
Okay. Starkiller was in the background hearing. Yeah. So he was hearing the live stream, and that works. So yeah, I think we can end it. My Quest battery is running out. I need to get what's the name of the thing for that is in our link, virtual desktop. I need to get it. I need to get virtual desktop.
Worth it.
So yeah, we can finish it. And Garrett, do you have anything more you want to ask me or say to the chat?
Um, Chat. Thanks everyone for participating in this. To all my friends in Brazil, you guys are awesome. We will get you VR headsets someday. I'm gonna make it happen. We're gonna
Yeah,
get the consoles down there.
you got like in 4 years, 5 years, I think Brazil is going to be at the same level that the US is right now in VR.
Dude, I
think that's
bet they are. I bet they are.
Yeah.
We'll get it there. We will get it there.
Okay. So so Pena will leave. He thanked us for the live and thanked for the key, and it said it was very good to talk. Jonathan was said it was fun. It really was fun. It was a fun conversation.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Indy said cheers, cheers, mate. I need to talk Englandian with him. No?
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. I do, mate. It was funny for the first like 20 minutes to actually speak with someone with this accent because I'll always see the memes because I'm so off of it being in Brazil that I watch like American movies and sometimes we get American person doing English accents for some reason in a movie instead of like hiring a English actor. And it is really funny. And when I like the way that like Butcher talking in the boys with like many mates and like the things, it is funny. And it to talk with someone that have this accent, it was
Actually
really
has it.
something special for the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, it totally is. That's funny. I never really thought about that, but it's kind of weird that we don't just hire people in those movies to have that accent. It would just be easier.
Yeah, like they hire people from England to act as American. Why don't they hire people from England to act as like people from England?
Who knows, man?
It was like Tom Holland is an English guy and he does Spider-Man, and Andrew Garfield is another England guy and an English guy, and he also does Spider-Man, and they hire all these English actors to do American accents. Like this makes sense for me because they make movies about America and these are good actors, but there are good actors in England. You just hire them. You can hire them to make movies with English persons. Then I remember a movie that I saw about Egypt, and every single one of the persons on the movie were white. And I thought that's a movie about Egypt without a single person that looks like an Egyptian person.
Rough. That's just rough.
Yeah, but that's getting better. That's getting better.
For sure.
That's
For sure.
Like Percy Jackson is having an adaptation, and they are doing right there, like with some characters. Like Rick Harden just doesn't. That's the author of the game, the movie, the book. He doesn't really.
Oh, I've read them all. Don't you worry. I know.
You read it. Oh, I love Percy Jackson.
Oh, me too. I was so mad at the movies they made way back when. Those were.
Yeah, and then I was about to use it to talk about whitewash, but it doesn't make sense because Rick Jordan is just hiring everyone that he thinks that fits the role. So yeah, Mary Jane. No, I'm reading too much Spider-Man. Annabeth. It's really different. Grover is different. Like yeah, they are doing what I was about to talk, but they done it in Avatar, The Last Airbender. It had loads of whitewashing. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I came up with this subject for the conversation, but yeah. Bye. The way that we finish this, Garrett, is that I just continue speaking and sometime it is going to end. I don't know where, but I don't know when, but
At some
sometime.
point, they're just gonna cut you off.
No, we can't do this anymore because I'm doing the live stream. No.
Yeah. So
No, we
I
lost it.
I was here just hearing and looking at you like, yeah,
No,
keep
we
talking.
lost it. I will need to do this myself.